People, welcome back to another YouTube video. You already know what time it is. It's time to talk, and we're doing it outside, okay? That's right. The sun is shining, the sun rays is hitting the back of my headpiece, and it's looking all lovely out here. And I thought to myself, why not get some fresh air? Why? It's not like we've been evicted out of our house because we broke, and the YouTube bag is not saying too much this week, or this month, or even this year, in fact. YouTube, you continue to shag us, taking money here and there. It's all good. When I'm anorexic and just sitting here like a skeleton on camera, we'll see if you feel bad for me then. But moving on, speaking of people that are, in good physical condition, Saúl Ñíguez. I hope I'm saying his name right. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but you already know at this point how it goes on this channel.
That was one of your worst transitions.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. Hey. Fitting.
I would care more, but not being paid enough.
Saúl Ñíguez, Atletico Madrid. It seems like a move that potentially could happen to Chelsea. Now, there are some sticking points last time I seen on the TL is that, potentially Atletico Madrid are looking at this guy and they're saying, listen, we want the money run up front at the end of the loan. No options to buy, obligations to buy after the loan deal. Now, before I get into why Atletico Madrid are wrong for expecting that and how we have already, faced the test of time in terms of having to loan out players and then having them come back into Cobham and sit on our doorstep like stray cats, we won't be allowing you to peer pressure us into buying your midfielder that you want to offload. We'll take the loan and we'll see how he does. Now, my opinion on Saúl Ñíguez, look, people are saying he didn't have the greatest season last year, and that's fair enough. A little bit of a derail, but he did play a multitude of positions. He played on the left-hand side of the defence. Sometimes he played in midfield. He was moved around a lot for Diego Simeone's men. He still played 33 games in a title-winning season. So his drop-off is not bad. If that's the drop-off, I would like to see the come-up. So, again, this is a top-class midfield that we know from years previous in Champions League games against Bayern Munich, games with the international team as well. Yes, they've fallen, but he's been one of the people to at least stand up tall. And for a fourth-choice midfielder, it's not bad. Now, is it the profile I wanted personally? No. I wanted a Tuchel / Basuma at Brighton profile. If you see Brighton the other day against Watford, Basuma had a brilliant performance, recovering back the ball, winning tackles, progressing it. Good box-to-box midfielder. He has that Kante energy about him, but at the same time, he's good in tight spaces. He's press-resistant. He could play that Jorginho role if need be in our pivot. Same with Tuchel. Very highly rated by Cesc Fabregas. Tchouaméni, sorry, not two. I'll get it right. Very highly rated by Cesc Fabregas. I think Fabregas potentially may want him to stay for an extra year, and I heard potentially come over with Tchouaméni as a coach the following summer if that deal was to happen. So you never know. But again, another highly rated player, box to box, good at creating chances, but again can defend as well, can play both roles. Saúl Ñíguez, he's played both roles as well. Just doesn't quite have that Kante mold about him, but again, it's not a bad fourth choice. We're plucking at straws if we're complaining about a potential fourth choice option for Saúl Ñíguez when we currently have an Ampadu who didn't have a great loan at Sheffield United and probably needs to go out on loan again. A Loftus-Cheek, that let's keep it 100%. He didn't cut it on his last loan, and there's not really any space for him in this team, and he's definitely not the pivot player we're looking for if you're looking for a defensive midfielder. And in that front three, there's too many options. And Ross Barkley, riddle me Ross. Look, at this point, you should have been gone at this point. So, it's not like we have the most glowing options here to turn our nose up at a Saúl Ñíguez. So I personally, on a loan option to buy, I'll take it. On a purchase, I would prefer a younger player, someone else that's up and coming that I've mentioned previously. Obviously, we know the Declan Rice rumours exist as well. But the reason why my confidence on a deal like this is there is because if there's anybody that can revive a player from previous poor form, it is Thomas Tuchel. He has spent a lot of his Chelsea time reviving a lot of people, like his Fortnite. And he's had no problem in doing so. Now we suddenly rate...
You play Fortnite?
I have never played Fortnite in my life.
That reference?
I have never played Fortnite in my life. But, hey, we're cultured. But when it comes to reviving players...
Most popular game in history. It's not really cultured.
I'd like to think of it as niche. When it comes to reviving players, he's done it with many other players like Christensen, like Rudiger, players that we didn't feel like had futures here. So there's no reason to think that he can't do it with Saúl Ñíguez. And who was the last player from Spain that we took on loan from the champions? Mateo Kovacic at Real Madrid. Took him on a loan, welcomed him with open arms, and that's been a good move for us ever since, and we bought him on a permanent. So don't turn your nose up at this move too much, in my opinion. Of course, I can understand if you're a little bit disappointed with some of your other targets, but at the end of the day, as I've said before on this channel, we cannot pretend to get into the players' heads, youngsters' heads. We don't know about Tchouaméni in terms of his playing minutes, how many minutes he wants in the next season to come into this team as the fourth choice. Maybe he wants to be a starter at Monaco, develop, continue to play games on a regular basis. They play Shakhtar Donetsk. By the time the video goes up, maybe we'll have a result, who knows. But we'll see if Monaco are playing Champions League football. But at the end of the day, as we've seen with Marc Guéhi, Tino Livramento, and now potentially others, young players these days, they want to play games. They want minutes under their belts. They want to be chasing potentially Tchouaméni in that France team for the World Cup. So for that, he needs minutes. So maybe, they had prior talks last week. We mentioned that. And maybe, just maybe, he said, nah, I'd rather play minutes than be fourth choice or third choice. So that's my take on the matter. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of Saúl Ñíguez potentially joining Chelsea. Farewell to Zappacosta, farewell to Ugbo, and farewell to you, sir. I have business to attend to with YouTube as we continue to,
Oh, he's playing tonight, Tchouaméni.
That's what I just said.
Champions League qualifier.
That's what I said.
Hopefully.
It's like you're not listening.
If they go out.
That's what I just said. It's like you're not listening.
I'm not.
You're really still, in another world where
I'm financially fatigued.
Financially fatigued. That's a brilliant one. So yeah. Look forward to seeing you guys under London Bridge coming up soon in the next video. Goodbye.
I said London Bridge. Like we're shooting. We'll be there begging for pounds and pennies. Excuse me, sir, got any change? Okay, no.